Hi Taurus, it's Nick. This is your weekly love reading for all my Taurians, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, males and females. You can also check out your other signs as well, and always keep in mind these are general, so may not always resonate to the T with every single person, so please listen with an open mind, open heart, take what fits, leave the rest out. You can always come back a week, a month, 2 months from now, maybe it'll make better sense then. Alright, and I will have a link to the extended reading below in the description box, and if you want to follow yours truly on IG, it's Nicloves with 2 eyes. And before we get started, I want to thank Keen for sponsoring this video. Keen offers personalized readings for those seeking questions or wanting some clarity in certain areas of your life, such as love and relationships, like we talk about here, your career, work, finances, dream interpretations, maybe you need life advice, or spiritual guidance. Keen is an affordable way to meet new readers, and when you sign up, it's super easy. You just fill out a brief questionnaire. It'll then pair you with a list of recommended psychics based on your specific needs. And this time I had another reading with Jonathan, whom I actually spoke with last time. We talked about a person and the situation in my life, and it was really nice because I felt like I didn't have to say much or explain too much. He picked up on it pretty fast and was really direct and to the point. I felt like I received a lot of confirmation and a lot of clarity because because of the nature of my work, guys, I pretty much go in usually knowing most of the answers to my questions, but it's always comforting to my human self to receive confirmation nonetheless. Because as you know, when it comes to life and love and relationships and all that stuff, things can get pretty tricky once your feelings are involved and we can get in our own heads, right? So it's just nice that Keen is like a great resource that always has someone available for you during those times. And you just like need to talk to someone, you need to have clarity, they always have someone available, which is really, really cool. They have a whole variety of different types of readers, mediums, psychics. You'll see different ratings and reviews about them, so you can really choose the one you feel is most fit for you. And it's awesome because the readers are available 24/7, so there's always someone online. It's really easy to schedule a reading, and the sign up process is also really simple. You can sign in once you have your sign up or register. All you need is an email, you create a password, and you're ready to go. And if you're new to Keen, your first 5 minutes with any reader is $5 with my link below. And once you're a user, Keen will send you unique discounts each week. This makes getting regular readings super affordable. So it's a really awesome way to get any questions that you have answered in a matter of seconds. So be sure to check them out and use my link below to get your first 5 minutes for only $5. Try keen.com/nickloves. And thank you so much once again to Keen. Okay. So let's start with your love oracle message first, then get an overall emotion for you and then the other person, okay? Let's see. What's going on with all my Taurians, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, males and females. What is their love message? Send them all healing, love, happiness, abundance, good vibes. What's going on with all of them? Okay, Taurus, so we have apology. You can expect the apology you want to hear. So maybe someone is wanting to apologize to you, give you reason, or it can be vice versa as well. Maybe you want to apologize to someone else, but there's definitely going to be some kind of remorse or sorry that you hear, or some kind of like, I'm sorry about that, I apologize. Maybe something that is long overdue, but at least it's there. So let's see. What is your overall emotion? Okay, other person. All right, so Taurus, so your overall emotion is embarrassed, self-conscious, awkward, or exposed. So you may be feeling like, some part of yourself was revealed that you didn't feel comfortable with. Maybe it was like something that someone said or pointed out about you that you're insecure about, or you said something, or maybe you made a move towards someone, you're like, oh, like it was too soon, or you fell in front of your crush. Like it could be anything that just made you feel really self-conscious. You're like, oh my gosh, like how you get, like maybe just not in front of everyone, but if it's someone you like, it's like, oh my gosh, you start to like overthink it. So there may be a situation like that this week. And in this person's emotion, they're feeling free, liberated, independent, unburdened. It's like a bird that was like released and let go of their cage. So this could be someone, maybe they're a free spirit, maybe they really like to travel, they like to do their own thing. Maybe, you know, they did something or almost like took their freedom and pushed it to the limit, and maybe did something that was kind of hurtful for you in the past, or didn't tell you their plans and you got a little bit butthurt. But let's see what's going on, okay? All right, what's going on with all my Taurians? Please give us clarity, insight, a clear message, a clear story. What's going on with them this week in regards to love? What's happening, please? Okay, this other person. All right, so on your end here we have 9 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and Death. So some of you could have Scorpio somewhere in your chart. And then on this side for this person, we have Queen of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, and Strength. Okay, so you could be dealing with a Leo, maybe an Aquarius, or Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But obviously, you know, it doesn't have to be, it could be any sign, like I always say. But it doesn't matter, it's pretty much just the energies. So I think what happened is that this person cut you off. Maybe they ghosted you, or they stopped talking to you, or they broke up with you, or they just kind of like disappeared. They went poof out of nowhere. And, you know, you were kind of thinking, what happened? Like I was, you know, I thought things were going good. I didn't feel like anything was off. They were calling me, texting me, we were going out, things were working out. You were feeling pretty confident in the connection. You didn't see anything bad happening, or you don't feel like you did anything bad, but this person just suddenly like poof, disappeared. They went ghost on you, didn't stop talking to you, or didn't answer your calls or your texts, and you're like, what the heck? Or they may have just like cut things off abruptly, like out of the blue, and you're like, what? It may have caught you off guard. And I think you were expecting or waiting for an apology from this person that took a while to come through, and maybe they disappeared for a week or a few days or whatever, and they were off trying, I don't know, doing whatever they were doing. And you were hoping that you would hear an apology from them like soon. You're like, okay, I'm sure they're gonna like text me right now or call me and say, oh, that they had something going on. You were expecting to hear some kind of family emergency or something, right? But you waited and you waited, you didn't hear anything, and it kind of like that made you feel really self-conscious. Like, wow, this person just kind of like, you felt embarrassed almost, because maybe you started telling your friends or your family or coworkers about this person and how well things were going. You're like, yeah, we're doing this, they treat me like this, yeah. And then the next day and the next few days, your coworkers or your friends are asking like, girl, guy, like what happened with your, you know, your lover, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, oh, he just stopped talking to me. And they're like, what? And now you feel embarrassed. You're like, gosh, I shouldn't even have mentioned it. Maybe you could have just posted something about them, or you posted a picture with them recently. You're like, oh, now I'm embarrassed. Like, why did I even do all that? I put myself out there. I made it, you know, I made it pretty obvious to them that I like them. And now it's like, I feel embarrassed. I feel exposed. Now I look dumb, and like, you don't like to look stupid, right? And you felt like maybe the way they did you made you look really bad, made you look dumb in front of everybody. So you waited for an apology. You didn't receive anything. You're like, wow. Okay, cool. Like, just made you feel like crap, like something was wrong with you. It's like, wow, this person do this to me. I guess, like, okay, fine. Like, you didn't see it coming. And so you were forced to kind of just like put an end to it. And like, it's like you felt like you were slapped in the face, and you know, you were forced to stop even though you didn't want to stop. It's like, think of like if you're driving, right? And you're on a bridge, and all of a sudden it's like you can't cross the bridge because it cut off, or you know, it broke off, and you're like, oh my gosh, you have to stop all of a sudden. If not, you're like, you know, you'll crash or something, or you'll jump out of the bridge. And so that's kind of how you felt maybe in this connection, that all of a sudden you just had to stop and like steer off, and you're like, what the heck, I did not see that coming. Or all of a sudden this animal, this deer is like crossing your path, you're like, oh my gosh, and you have to press the brakes. You didn't see it coming, and just shocked you. And then afterwards you're like, what just happened, right? And so you were forced to end something that you didn't want to end. And another analogy that's coming through that's kind of like, oh, I don't want to say it because it's kind of like sensitive, but think of like if you have an old parent, old grandparent that's gonna pass away very soon. I mean, you kind of see it coming, you know that they're already sick, they're already old, you're kind of mentally prepared for it. It's never easy, but you kind of see it coming. You understand that that's part of life. Whereas say if you have someone young, right? Or someone your age, all of a sudden gets hit by a car or they die, and you're like, what? Like, you didn't see it coming, you never expected it, so you never had time to like emotionally, mentally prepare for it. It was just like this big impact. And so I think it put you in this dark space, and forced you to accept something that ended that you didn't want to end. And it felt really intense. It was really hard for you. And now this person wants to come back. You know, they had left because they wanted their freedom. Maybe they felt smothered. Maybe they felt like things were moving too fast or something. I don't know. Whatever the reason is, it's never right for someone to just kind of leave you hanging like that, right? It's like out of self-respect for someone as a person, you would think they would just be honest and tell you instead of just disappear. So now all of a sudden they want to work things out, they want to talk to you, they want to get to know you. It's like they come back as if nothing happened. You're like, seriously? Like, do you think I'm just gonna like be like, oh cool, yeah, let's hang out? It's like, I feel like the way they approach this is almost like nothing ever happened. They may act really casual, like, oh hey, how are you? I missed you. You're like, what? Are you kidding? And all of a sudden now they want to cooperate, they want to hang out with you, they want to do things with you, they're trying to like, you know, talk to you or plan a date maybe with you. And I feel like this person, you know, they have a lot of pride, they have a lot of ego, and maybe they're used to doing this to a lot of people. Like they'll just kind of orbit, or they will get someone's emotions up, and then before they even get a chance to get hurt, they leave because they're scared, or they're scared of like things getting too serious maybe with someone. Maybe not, maybe they don't consciously do this, but it kind of just feels like they are always looking for excitement, always looking for the new thrill. And, you know, maybe I do feel like they did have strong feelings for you, but the strong feelings they had for you scared them, freaked them out, and they didn't want to feel vulnerable. They didn't want to put themselves in a weak position where they could get hurt. And so they removed themselves out of the situation before it could even like happen, which is really cowardly, right? It's like, what? Why would you do that? It's like you're self-sabotaging. But I almost feel like they do that. They self-sabotage themselves. And it's not because they don't like you, it's because they're trying to protect themselves from getting hurt. But while doing that, you hurt other people. So it's really kind of like immature, but you'd be surprised how many grown adults do this, right? All right, so we're gonna dive in deeper in the extended to get more information, to see where their energy's at, what are they thinking, what are they feeling when it comes to you, what they want you to know, and what their next action or move will be towards you, and then also your advice. So if you want to dive in deeper, find out a little bit more, the link to the extended will be below. Leave me a comment, let me know what's going on with you guys, what your situation is, because maybe someone else could relate. And if you did enjoy or find this helpful, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a reading, all right? Okay, so I'll see you guys there. We'll talk very soon. Bye.